Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. As leaders in the Agua Fria district, you know we're right at the forefront of a super fast-paced educational landscape. We absolutely want our staff to be innovative, to build new tools, and to find creative solutions to everyday problems. But, as we all know, with that innovation comes some serious responsibility. Today, we're going to explore how to champion that exact innovation while strictly protecting our students and our network using the district's established policy framework. Think of this as your playbook for safe building.
Okay, let's just jump right into our structural playbook. Today we're going to cover local rules for local builders, technology use and infrastructure, protecting student conduct data, what counts as software, knowing who to contact, and we'll wrap up with the safe builder's mindset.
All right, kicking things off with Section 1, Local Rules for Local Builders.
So let's kind of reorient how we think about compliance. We hear a lot about federal and state laws for student privacy, right? And yes, those are absolutely critical, but think of them as just the floor. They are the baseline. Our specific board policies, our administrative regulations, and our departmental guidelines, that is the actual landscape where our staff lives, operates, and innovates every single day. It's exactly here, in the Agua Fria District policy, that the specific rules for building and deploying tools are laid out. As administrators, we really need to help our staff understand that navigating our local landscape is just as important as knowing that state or federal baseline.
Moving right along to Section 2, Technology Use and Infrastructure.
Okay, the big takeaway here revolves around Board Policy 3403A. This rule establishes that all technology tools used in district operations, and yes, that explicitly includes any tools built by our own staff, have to strictly align with the district's tech standards and get official approval. Plus, these resources are there strictly for educational and operational purposes. That means staff can't just build a tool on district time or use our infrastructure for a personal side project, and there is absolutely no way they can just deploy a passion project on some public cloud and tell students to use it without a formal review first.
In practice, how we handle infrastructure is a real game changer. Building inside Google Workspace, using stuff like AppScript, Google Drive, or Google Sheets, means that the infrastructure layer is already vetted by the district. It still needs a review for sure, but it's operating in a known, safe sandbox. On the flip side, what if a staff member decides to host a tool on a personal Firebase project, or some third-party server, or anywhere else we don't control? Well, the bar for review instantly shoots way up. That path absolutely requires deep technical scrutiny because it's bringing brand new, unvetted variables right into our digital ecosystem.
Now for Section 3, protecting student conduct data.
This is a big one. Board Policy 5305 governs student conduct. It tells us that any tool that collects, processes, or displays information about student behavior, discipline, attendance, or academic standing is operating in highly regulated territory. As school administrators, consider this a crucial reminder that the accuracy and fairness of staff-built tools carry massive, real-world consequences for our students. If a teacher builds a little app or an automated workflow that touches student behavior, the stakes are incredibly high, because errors in those tools directly impact student equity and administrative fairness.
Let's actually picture how this could play out on your campus. Imagine a really well-meaning staff member builds an AI tool just to summarize student behavioral histories to save some time. Sounds great, right? Well, step 1, the AI generates a summary, but it contains a hallucination or a factual error. Step 2, an administrator, completely trusting the tool, relies on that flawed summary, and it ends up influencing a serious disciplinary decision. Step 3, the student is unfairly harmed by that decision, and boom, the Agua Fria district is immediately exposed to severe legal liability. It's a domino effect, and it shows exactly why we absolutely cannot have unvetted tools processing sensitive student data.
Which brings us to Section 4, what counts as software?
Honestly, you or your staff might actually be surprised by what qualifies as software development. It's not just sitting down and writing thousands of lines of code from scratch. If a staff member configures a really complex Google Sheet to act as a database, yep, that is software. Google Apps script projects, no matter how small, software. AI agents, chatbots plugged into district data, automated workflows that trigger actions based on data inputs, or even custom dashboards pulling from district systems. The whole shebang counts as software development under the builder's permit. As administrators, we have to help our staff recognize when their quote-unquote quick tech fix is actually a software deployment that needs district review.
All right, Section 5, knowing who to contact.
So here is your roadmap for navigating the district's tech teams. It basically breaks down into 2 main lanes. First, Innovative Solutions handles the application layer, essentially what a tool actually does with data. You've got to contact them if a tool accesses student personally identifiable information, operates outside of Google Workspace, needs elevated system permissions, or if it's student-facing at all. On the other side, network operations handles the infrastructure layer, how the tool connects to our systems. You'll pull them in if the project needs a custom domain, external servers, non-Google API integrations, or if it touches the internal network. Guiding your staff with this simple division is going to streamline their approval process immensely.
And finally, Section 6, the Safe Builder's Mindset. You know, it is incredibly easy for staff to see policies as just red tape or friction, but we really need to reframe that narrative. These policies exist because, frankly, in the past, tools built with great intentions but without review ended up creating massive data exposures, compliance nightmares, and heavy support burdens. The builder's permit is really the district's way of loudly saying, we want more builders, but we want certified builders. A successful innovator in the Agua Fria district doesn't try to sneak around the policy. They know the policy so well that they can build incredibly cool, effective things confidently right inside it. These rules are safety nets, plain and simple, designed to protect the builder, the student, and the district.
As we wrap up this explainer, remember that the policies are in place and the roadmaps are clear, but the culture? That starts with you. How will you partner with your staff to champion safe innovation? Is your campus going to be a place where builders guess in the dark, or a place where they are fully empowered to build confidently and compliantly? By supporting them through this framework, you empower them to safely transform the Agua Fria district. Thanks so much for joining me.